Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. So hopefully the sounds good. You know what? We didn't unplug our mics and plug them back in for luck. Sorry guys, let it. But one sec. Sorry if this is making noises.
Should I do it?
No, I'm just trying to get my mic. My mic needs some Viagra. It keeps falling down. Hey guys, it's good to see y'all. Well, yay! It's Tuesday. Looking forward to it. Here, what's going on? Sorry, we're running about a minute late. And it's been a good day. It's been a busy day.
It's been busy.
But yeah. So we went to Boston. Some really cool things happened. I have a brand new easel I want to show you guys. It's an easel that we have for the art bar, and I've got some good things about it. Some things that might be limiting, but might not. I don't know. But I want to share it with you guys because it's kind of a fun easel. And it's not like crazy expensive or anything, but it's a lot of stuff. So that's kind of neat. But should I start?
Let's do this.
Let's do it. One of these days, I'm gonna hit the end show button instead of the start thing. That's gonna be a funny day. But tonight, though, I think we're gonna play some trivia. We got some chats to do. Yeah, I want to share with you guys like what happened in Boston, and I want to share it with you because it was super interesting. I mean, it was really interesting to be there, and but I don't know, like for disability awareness and for anybody that likes anything about that sort of stuff. I don't know. I think it was interesting. And plus, we went to some really cool art places. So there's some art stuff to talk about. And I just sent Jackie some photos literally a minute ago. That's why
I'm not seeing them.
Oh, really?
I wonder if you sent them to somebody else.
Well, I sent them on Messenger. Oh, wait, hold it. Oh, shoot. I just sent them to you and Brooke, I think.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sorry, Brooke. Dang. I just sent Brooke some random photos of museums in Eagle.
Well, why not?
Did you just... see, her name came through on my ear thing first. So here, I can just send them to you, maybe.
Okay, because I'm not seeing them yet. So.
Okay. Well.
It's a mess.
Here, one sec, guys. I'm sorry. This is riveting. I know.
I got him.
Oh, you got him. Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry. I use a talkie thing. So sometimes when I'm reading messages on Facebook and I'm sending things, I'm doing stuff. Facebook's a little tricky, especially if it's a thread where there's more than one person's name on it. Sometimes I don't get it. sometimes I do. It's a mixed bag. But yeah, so I don't know if there's a way to put it on the screen or something.
I mean, it'll just take me a minute, so you got to carry the show, babe.
Oh, cool.
Carry the show.
All right, finally, this is what I've been waiting for, guys. My moment in the spotlight. It's my time to shine. Now, it was interesting going to Boston this weekend, guys, and because it was just me and Eagle, so we're traveling there alone, and generally, when that happens, one nice part is that Jackie will get a pass to go through security. So I don't know if you know about this or if you've ever wondered how a person who's blind can fly by themselves, how it works. Like how do you get to the airport? How do you get through the airport? How do you get through security and all that kind of fun stuff? You can get on the plane and get off the plane. Like if you're traveling by yourself in a city that you've never been in, well, what do you do once you're there? And and how do you get to where you need to be and all that? Those are very good questions, and they're ones that need answers, particularly when you're traveling. And one of the nice things, one nice thing, if Jackie can take me to the airport, that's always nice because she'll get a pass where she can take me through security. If I'm like when I'm coming back, or if I'm or sometimes you can't do that. So I'll tell the people like United, American, or wherever, hey, I need an attendant that'll take me from the counter, and I'll have Eagle, my guide dog. She'll follow that person, and they'll get us through security, and they'll find our gate for us. Fun thing with Jackie though is that we can go through and she'll wait for the plane with me, which is really nice because then it's not boring or anything, and we'll get a bite to eat or a little pre-flight drink or whatever, just just depending on what's going on. Um, but either way though, like I'll end up at the gate and then I'll always go up to the desk there and I'll let them know like, hey, I'm flying with the guide dog. I just want to let you guys. I mean, and they already know because now I'm flying with a service animal, a guide dog. You have to fill out lots of paperwork beforehand, and they have to have you in the system and stuff. And even with that, I swear half the time, there's something, and they're always really great about it. Like I've never had a time when they weren't really great, but there's always something. So you always make sure to get to the airport a little early. Then, then Eagle can, um, when it's time to board the plane, I don't need anybody to show me the plane. Eagle go down the ramp and all that. And then once we get to the plane, I asked from the attendants if they can show us to the seat, and they show us where the seat is, and then Eagle will go in, and Eagle rides right there with me. So she's just sits there right in front of me, and that's great. And it's nice if I'm on the window seat because then I don't only have to block one side. I don't have to worry about her trying to stretch out on that left side. So I mean, she can get as comfy as she wants, and I don't have to worry about having passengers on either side or anything, or her getting her foot or tail out the aisle and the cart coming by or something. So the window seat's nice, and then once I get there, they'll have an attendant that's waiting for me. So whenever I get off the plane, I'll say, "Hey, is anybody waiting for John Bramlett?" And somebody will say yes, and then they'll take me to baggage claim, and I'll get my baggage. And so like when we landed in Boston, then I asked if they could also show me where the Ubers are because like in Boston, there's many lanes of Uber lanes, and you're supposed to be in the right lane and all this sort of stuff. And I have no way of knowing which lane. And Eagle's smart, but she can't read, so so that's a huge. So we get into the Uber, and the Uber takes us where we're going. And this trip, we were going to the Perkins School for the Blind, and that was brilliant. And they have dorms, and this school's been there since like the 1820s. It's crazy, like these old schools for the blind. It's this is the second one. Okay, this is weird. Okay, I was there, and I went to a school for the blind once. I think it was in Kansas, but I'm not 100%. But I think it was Kansas, but it was another really really old blind school for the blind. And these are massive schools. Like the one Perkins is on like 40 acres. All these buildings, they're really old. It's really cool. But the one that I went to, I think in Kansas, I don't remember, but it was where Laura Ingalls went. From Little House on the Prairie. It's where the actual person went. And in these old schools, there was like a thing. I don't know what it was, but they would have these tunnels that went from the school and went around town. So the children and stuff could actually go into these tunnels, and so if it's snowy, it's all this stuff's going on. There's traffic, there's ice. The kids can miss all that and just pop up in town wherever they needed to be. And I thought that was amazing. I never heard of that. And then the one where the Laura Ingalls one, or whether it's in Kansas or not, wherever it is, I can't remember. I have to look that up. I feel silly not being able to remember what it was, but I don't know. But
Wasn't it one of the corn states?
It was like a middle. It was an agricultural state. I can't remember, and it's been a moment since I was there. But one of the cool things about it was that in those tunnels, like they had a whole underground area. And then, like I say, this has been around since the early 1800s. So some of these buildings are in. So in the 1950s, like a diner, like a what do you call it? Like like a soda fountain sort of diner. It wasn't the whole diner, just like a soda fountain. You go get ice cream, you get sodas, they mix them there and everything. That went out of business. So they took the entire soda thing, like the whole thing from the 1950s, they took it apart and they rebuilt it down under the ground at the School for the Blind. So down there is a 1950s like soda fountain, everything like the stools, the countertop, all the equipment. It's weird. It's really, really weird, and it's so cool. And then right next to it is like a 3-lane bowling alley. That's like from that era too. And at the time when I was there, they weren't using either of them. And I was thinking like, oh my goodness, you guys should like sell tickets to this stuff,
Be a mad scientist, take it over.
Yeah. I mean, because it's like a museum piece. You could actually get a fountain, like a drink, a fountain drink from an actual 1950s vintage thing. Anyway, I just thought it was cool. But anyway, and so in Boston, yes.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Sorry, I know I'm just rambling. You gave me the spotlight.
Oh, God.
And I grabbed it with a vengeance.
I can just check out and go pour my wine even more full.
Well,
let me say really fast, because people are talking. Randy,
sorry, I can't hear the chat, guys.
Randy has joined us. Says, "Hey, you guys."
Hey, Randy.
Hey. Fred's with us. Hello, friendly friends.
Fred,
thanks for tuning in. My mom has joined us. Says, "Hi guys, love you. Thanks again for yesterday. Such fun."
Oh, it's so good to see you, Marilyn.
Margaritas. Barbara has joined us. Says, "Hey there, made it on YouTube this time."
Hey, Barbara.
Amanda Garza says, "Hey guys," she asked, "Are the tunnels still open?"
You know, the one in Boston, they use them for storage, but they said they're creepy. And I bet they are creepy because they've been down there for like 150 years or something.
They should host a haunted house down there and make money.
Yeah, and they'd probably lose the people, so every year you'd be even more haunted.
There you go.
10 years from now, it'd be the most haunted place in the world.
Well, Fred says, "Wow, sounds like Prohibition in Nevada. Crazy." And Amanda says, "Oh my gosh, yes." Yes.
Isn't that crazy? And then this weekend I was in Boston at the Perkins School for the Blind, and I was telling one of the people there, I was like, "Oh, this craziest thing about lower angles and that whole thing." And they were like, "We have tunnels underneath our school," and I was like, "You're kidding? Like, was this just a thing?" And they said, "I guess so."
And I think it's probably like whoever designed that one probably was in on, was consulted in designing the next one.
Yeah, I wonder if they were doing like one-upsmanship and stuff because I told them once, well, they even had a bowling alley. They said they had a bowling alley. And I said, "Do you guys still use that?" And she's like, "No, they're creepy."
How funny down there. That's too bad. That would be interesting to
it would be
really cool real estate.
I like the idea about the haunted house, man. That would be cool. The Perkins School haunted house, like they could raise some funds and do some fun things.
Yeah, and that would get like some awareness in the community about just that place. Okay, so I have the pictures. They're a little bit of a hot mess. So depending on what you want to talk about, I have to like maneuver a few things. So
you could like throw up whatever, and I can talk. You tell me.
Well, I think the best picture you took here, you sent it to me because it's super cute.
Oh, should I say what I was there for and everything?
Well, for
put a context.
But you can talk about it as we go through.
Okay.
Okay. This was you and Eagle in your dorm room.
Yeah. So I don't know how the dorm rooms and stuff were, but what this was, why this was such a cool weekend. Why it was so neat, and the people there, Delia, Courtney, everybody was just so nice, so brilliant, and they were so amazing with the kids. And the kids are like high school age kids, and they all have visual impairments, and like most people with disabilities, some of them had other disabilities as well, but all the kids were amazingly creative. Like I think every kid there it was into art in some way. A lot of them were in singing, music, but quite a few of them were also into drawing and stuff. And how cool to see so many kids with visual impairments. They're embracing the arts. It's just like a big part of their life.
So when you were doing the drawing, because I knew in our exercises in the workshops we used those foam pads and they could feel it. What was the reaction? Like had they already experienced that, or were they like, "Ooh, that's cool," or were they like, "This is lame"?
No, it was the first time, and quite a few of the kids had some usable vision. So, but some of them didn't, and but no, I think they thought the foam pads were pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
But the reason I was there, all these kids were coming in. It was for the weekend, and it was a special thing. So it wasn't kids that are usually at the school like every day and all this. But so it was a special weekend that Perkins was doing where it was a celebration of the arts. So the kids would get there on Friday night, and then they would leave Sunday afternoon. So they would spend the entire weekend there at the school. But so it was just a ton of fun. It was like sleepovers and stuff. And but here's the neat thing. So Friday night, like we talked about some art, everybody hung out and things. But on Saturday, we went to the Gardner Museum, and that's the museum. I don't know if y'all have seen some documentaries on Netflix. But
Here, let me see if I can pull up a picture.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Okay.
But I just want to give a gist of what's going on this week.
Okay.
What? So anyway, so we went to the Gardner Museum, and that's a museum where there was all these heists and stuff that happened, or heists that happened in the 90s. but it's just amazing. It's just really, really cool museum. And the museum made it like they opened up early, and the whole staff and stuff were just catering to these kids and stuff, like let them go around, and we're able to touch stuff and do all these really cool artsy things. And the kids are just blown away. They're having there's like this hall that Miss Gardner had that was like for the choir, and the amazing acoustics. Some of the kids were singing in it, and just the sound coming up, just filling that chamber. And then other areas in there. And then after that, after we left that, went to the Boston MFA, which is the fourth largest art museum. And that was really neat. Like, and they really catered to the kids too. And there's all the stuff that we could touch, all the stuff that we could do. And it was amazing. And then after that, like, this is like in the afternoon now. This is like, all day long we've been at museums. Then the kids got to go to a theater. And in the theater, they get to go up on the stage, backstage, like play around with the controls for the lights and the different things. Kids got on stage and like sang and did different things. It was just crazy. And then that night, I did a little talk about my art. We talked about stuff. Eagle went off the leash because we're all hanging out. It's all there. Eagle went off duty, so the kids and the employees, everybody got to play with Eagle. Eagle loved it. Everybody loved Eagle. And then Saturday, I did a workshop, and that was a blast.
So this is a picture of you and Eagle, or well, this is a picture of Eagle, all like cozied up on your dorm room bed.
Well, the whole weekend was amazing. The unusual part was like because usually when I travel, there's been a time like I stayed on a cabin on a mountain once for a thing. Usually though, I'm in a hotel, and this because they had massive dorm room. They had dorms, dormitories. So I stayed in a dorm room, and it was like a dorm room. I don't know when they were built, but it was a long time ago. And I had a radiator in my room, but either it didn't work or I didn't know how to work it, which is fine for me. I didn't ask anybody about it because I like it cool. It was plenty warm, like in the hall, but it was a little chilly for Eagles. So I got some towels and stuff. And I wrapped her up in towels, an extra blanket, and things. But
she's such a princess.
Yeah, but it was interesting though because it was like, it's definitely. I've never really stayed in a dorm and all that, but it was definitely, it's very sparse. But most of the time was spent with the kids, so it was just a crash pad. It was just a place to, to hang your hat for a little while, and so that was good. But Eagle had a really good time though there.
Well, Fritz says in the West, Chinese dug tunnels under the cities to get around the curfew laws.
Ooh,
that's interesting.
That's crazy. Really, man, wouldn't it be cool to check out some of those tunnels?
Yeah, that would be really cool. And Sheila has joined us and says, "Welcome back." So let me try and share the image of the Gardner Gallery.
Ooh, yeah.
This can be tricky.
And the Gardner Gallery was so cool. And this Gardner, she sounded really interesting. It was built like around 1900, like around that era, a while back, and it was her collection. And so whenever she passed away and all that, that's when the collection stopped. So they haven't added to it, and that's part of the thing. Like they don't add the art; they preserve it. This house, though, I don't know how to describe it. It's a 4-story building, and it's almost like a castle in a way. But it was her house, and the first 3 stories are all museums. It's an art museum, and then the 4th story is hers. And we were riding around like in her personal elevator and all this. It's such a cool building. It's really neat. But oh my word, I cannot even imagine the kind of money that you would need to do something like that. Like some of the columns, like in the middle of the building is a big courtyard, and it's closed over with a glass ceiling, but it's a big old courtyard and it has plants, trees, and everything that's growing in it. And some of the columns in the courtyard are actually from medieval times. Like they're just really cool looking things and just crazy. And there's art everywhere. It's all stone and metalwork but it makes you feel like you're like in I don't know, in England somewhere, maybe like in an old castle and one of the neat things about it, because like whenever the place is so old, like the paintings were illuminated using candlelight. They had gaslight and stuff, but she was really worried about it maybe catching fire, because that electricity and all that hadn't been around that long. So she just wasn't sure. She felt safer for the candles. So even when the electricity had been put in the city for like 10 years, she still didn't do it until they had candles and things. So
counterintuitive.
It does, but that's the reason for the courtyard though, because every room in the place opened up to the courtyard, and literally like was opened up, like so these big windows and things, so all this natural light would come in.
Okay, so I pulled up an image, and You wouldn't know it from the image. You just said natural light. It's not really. It's still kind of dark and a little dark, but
Well, I mean,
it's
the light is natural. what light there is.
what light there is very natural.
And
But
the darkness is natural too.
this is I'm a little okay. I'm a little jealous that you got to go to this place because I've watched the Netflix documentary. It is super interesting. And as you this picture that you took is like a frame in the distance that is empty.
Oh, okay.
So do you want to talk about this?
Okay.
This
Is it frames on the wall or is it frames on a
on the wall.
on the wall? Okay. So we're looking towards. So behind us is the courtyard. So there's this open courtyard. Oh, I probably had a picture of that, but I didn't send you. So behind us is the courtyard. It's this beautiful open courtyard. We're up on the fourth floor. Um, and then over to our left is a doorway going to a hallway. It's sort of like you have to kind of twist around a little bit. It's real narrow and things, but that goes to her private elevator. And her private elevator was really nice. Like, it wasn't, I don't know if you've ever been in one elevator in someone's house, like an old house, and some they're really cramped, and tiny. Hers was nice. Like you get 6 people, and it had a bench in it. Had a couple people on the bench, and so that was really cool. So looking forward, what the thieves did was that they cut the paintings out of the frames, and because the Gardner they don't add any more new artwork, all of the frames that the artwork was stolen from are still hanging exactly where they were.
And they've never recovered the art.
No, they never have. And the weird thing about it too is that these paintings are really well known, so you can't just like go and sell them. Like, you can't, but they haven't found any of them. So either they're just like bundled up somewhere, no one's done anything with them, or they're like in a foreign country somewhere with a prince of that or king of this or a rich dude of this.
Yeah, there's the documentary. I mean, it's been I watched the documentary like a year or 2 years ago, or whatever, and it was weird how they were stolen. Like there was a lot of like were one of the guards in on it, but he wasn't in the end. And then that was the weird thing is that they're so famous that it was just maybe a cartel thing. And I don't know. But anyway, the documentary is pretty interesting.
That's just it's like it's something that's so well known. How it's crazy. So maybe there's like a ring that I don't know anything about. But good grief. But that was a whole lot of fun. And this is up in what used to be one of her private chambers. But since she passed away and that was a long time ago. And the fourth floor used to be where where her digs were. Where it was her crib. And then but now those it's another part of the maybe it's the third. Gosh, I might be getting confused. I might be on the third.
Let's see. Then you
Because the fourth floor might be offices. I might be that. Okay.
Let's see. And so while there, you also got to feel a crazy 42-foot tall Cholula.
Chihuly, yeah. It's the Boston MFA.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was really cool. They had like do we have a picture of that?
Maybe.
So this is like the third part of a Cholula or third Cholula that I've been able to fill. The really cool thing about this one is it was just radically different. The other ones that I've been able to touch.
Yeah, because we went to you didn't get to touch the ones at the Arboretum.
No, but you made.
Yeah, it was a date night.
Jackie, so Truly did a thing at the Arboretum where it's all this artwork that's all around the park and stuff. And I want to say you lost them. There's like a windstorm, and a bunch got damaged, but not on the day we were there. And Jackie being such a sweetheart, she actually made little sculptures of the different pieces. So because they wouldn't let me touch it, so we could go in front of it. There I got the hiccup. Then we could start to, and then I could feel the sculpture while she described it, which is so sweet.
Okay, so this one it's up on the screen.
Oh, it's like 42 feet tall, and it's translucent and opaque greens that are going through it, and it's spiked, so it's really really spiky, and but it's really it's interesting. Like with Chihuly, like you think like okay, it's a big glass thing, but then when you're there, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's that big a deal. But then when you're there, like The interesting thing I think about his artwork is that he took something that we usually think of as being a small stature sort of art form, something, little,
Yeah.
and he made it big, and then he started to use the weight of it, like the way, because the glass is so heavy, that he came up with some different blowing techniques and started figuring out that if you have like enough weight with the glass and you're blowing into it and you start moving it, you keep it moving, you get the momentum going, you can get these spirals, you get all these different shapes, you can do different things, and the weight of it is going to stretch it out as well as the breath. I think that's really cool. And like this piece here, it's a bunch of spikes, but the idea like isn't so much like he would like one of the things that they told us about it was that it wasn't so much about the actual glass itself, but it's about the action of the breath.
Hmm.
So it's
That's
the action of
interesting.
the breath coming out. So it's like shooting out everywhere. And I don't know, it's just kind of interesting. I thought it was different because most of the stuff that I've been around, it's very curved, curvaceous, soft. This is very pointy.
Well, it's like, and I really like. I mean, he's one of my favorite artists, and I really like how he uh, will transform an environment. Like, because installation art is my jam, and he, I mean, like you walk into the lobby of the Bellagio, and it's awe-inspiring. You know what I mean, with that piece. I mean,
Yeah.
everything just transforms the space. So that's pretty awesome.
This piece, it was supposed to only be there for a little while, and it was part of a show, but the people of Boston liked it so much they started raising money for it. They started doing a whole fund to keep it there, and so Boston was able to purchase it and,
That's
and, and
cool.
keep it there because it's funny. Because like you might see a photo of it, you hear about it. Like some of these arts, it's kind of the same thing with a Rothko, where I always heard about it, but then even though I can't see a Rothko, like I remember I was at the Dallas Museum of Art, and I was thinking like, yeah, color field, boring. It's like 2 or 3 colors, whatever. I mean, like that's great. He did it. That's good. It was an idea. He ran with it. But then though, being in front of it, this massive color, and it's like emanating waves, and because you could hear people coming around the corner, and then they're in the presence of it, and their like voices change and stuff. So it's interesting, really, how things how things affect people. But
Well, Fred says crazy and lots of practice.
man, and
So,
the kids, like so all this is being done for these children with visual impairment. So all this visual art, all this explanation.
so all of
Um,
you got to feel this piece?
yeah, we all feel like a piece of it. You were a part of it,
Crazy.
and then yeah, they were awesome, and there's also this other piece that's put together with foam cups. It's just styrofoam cups, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is the most boring thing ever. Like, and I knew we were going to see it. And I read all about it, read about the artist. I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's cool. I mean, it's great when an artist gets an idea and they run with it. I'll have to share that photo of that later because I don't have it with me right now. But it turned out to be one of the coolest pieces, and it's just like foam cups that are hooked together, but thousands of them to where it looks almost like a cloud or like an alien nest of eggs or something, or it's all these like amorphous shapes. But here's the thing that I thought was interesting, guys. I'll share this because I know we want to do trivia. I want to show you guys this easel. Um, Whenever I was in school, like they talked about when it came to sculpture, there was additive and subtractive sculpture. Either you carved away a stone or a piece of wood, or you like would take clay and you would add more clay to it. That's sculpture. You're taking away, you're adding to it. Well, this idea like with the foam cups, you're not adding or taking away anything. So like the shape of the cup, you put another cup, you put another cup. It's like a little bit of data. You just keep repeating it, and you hook it together, and it starts making a shape. And the more you do it, the more it makes a shape, and it just keeps going. So it's like informing its own sort of thing. So it's just like it's taking something and just running with it, just like copy, repeat, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, and just seeing what happens with it. And I thought that is so interesting. And then only if for no other reason because it's a whole other take on sculpture. And then you got your Hulu that's doing sculpture with glass in a way that nobody ever really thought about. And
Fascinating.
yeah, I just thought that was really cool.
Well, Fred says, yeah, the pictures don't do it justice. That would be accurate. That his pieces are awe-inspiring. And Ron Captain has joined us. Says hello, guys.
Hey,
Hey,
Ron.
thanks for tuning in.
Hope you're doing good, man.
So tell us about this easel because we want to do. I want to do trivia. I'm going to speak for the crowd.
Okay. Well, yes. Let me show you about this easel. So, okay, I'm gonna try to move the mic over here so that this may not work. Sorry, guys, if it gets all weird.
Oh gosh, he's standing.
I've stood. Things
Here
are
we
going
go.
right now.
Maybe you should do the show standing and, like the dance. Yeah,
Yeah,
dance. Dance
little
wrestling.
dancey dance. So I think I'm standing in front. Okay, forgot where I put the camera. I don't know which way to. I don't know which way to look.
Right behind you.
Okay, so this easel over here. The mic's over here. Sorry, guys.
Oh my
We're
gosh,
so
you're a
professional,
mess.
huh?
You're a mess.
I know. I'm such a mess. Um, so this okay, this easel over here that I'm tapping but not looking at. This is the one that I usually use, and it's an H-frame easel because it makes an H. Now, and this is a wonderful one. I love it. I love it, and it'll go horizontal, so it'll be like a tabletop, which is brilliant. That's so great. So you can have it vertical, you can have it sideways, you can have it all the way down, use it like a table. That actually is super handy because you can also do any kind of angle. So if you're working on something that's a little thick and it starts getting droopy, or if you're working on something that's suddenly it's runnier than what you thought, you 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 can tilt it until it gets under control. So that's awesome. Now for the art bar, for the gallery, we needed an easel to work on, but space is an issue. So I thought, I'm going to try a smaller easel, and then I found this one from Eden, and it's an H-frame easel as well. But the interesting thing about this one is that it can hold two different paintings. So here, I'm going to try to. So hopefully everybody can hear me okay. But so this one it can hold two different paintings. Let me see here. Let me take this off so y'all can see it. And I wanted to show you guys because it's not a crazy expensive easel at all. But one of the nice things about it too is that it'll fold flat. So all of it goes. I haven't. I just got the thing together. I don't know how to fold it flat, but it does fold flat. It has little wheels, so it rolls around, then it'll stop. But it's not massive. It's thinner than the other easel, but it does a horizontal thing. It holds two paintings, so it does some things that are great. Plus, you can fold it flat so you can put it against a wall. So, like at the gallery, if someone is painting, they can use it. Like if you're doing a painting set, you can have the painting that you're working on. Plus, you can have the finished one up here, so you can have two. If somebody's painting in the gallery, you can have a finished painting up there while you're working on something different, so you can display stuff. So then also when you're done, it doesn't have to take up so much floor space. It folds flat, and then you can hook it against the wall, and then suddenly you've got something that's displaying two
Bam.
different paintings. So I thought this was really cool. I thought it worked for the gallery, but I wanted to share it with you guys because a lot of times, if you're painting in a house, if you're painting in an apartment, you don't have a lot of room necessarily. So having something that can actually fold flat, like because this can fold flat and slide under a bed. This can be like hook on a wall. And so when you're not using it, it doesn't need to take up a ton of room. But when you are using it, you've got a full H, frame easel that gets really tall. Like it goes almost to the ceiling. Like it'll hold a large canvas. And so that's kind of neat. I just want to share it with you guys.
Exciting.
Yeah. So I'm a nerd. Sorry. Again, I apologize for any pops or craziness for moving this mic around,
You
guys.
do geek out on the art supplies, which is fun.
Okay, is that right? Sorry, guys. I apologize. I know I'm probably making crazy
Well,
sounds.
Parker says there's a Chihuly Museum in Seattle. When I walked into the first room, I said, I will never leave. And then I did. And in the second room, I said, I will never leave. It was so amazing.
That's awesome.
And Rainey says, I think I'll need an orchestra with a band leader like Doc Severson or Paul Schaefer.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Which actually is kind of funny because Jack has started playing the bass guitar, and he's picking it up pretty quick. I mean, he was playing the trumpet for a while, and I think he's got a little music in him. And I think you mentioned something about like you should be on the live show and do periodic little instrumentals.
Yeah.
Well, Fred said, be passionate.
Be passionate. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice. Here, I'm trying to look at how much. Okay, so that easel, it cost $159, which isn't free. I mean, I know it's a good chunk of change. Um, but finding a good H-frame easel that is actually supportive.
Can hold a giant canvas.
Yeah, they can hold a big canvas.
Yeah.
And then this one can hold two, and it can fold up. So it seemed like it did a lot of things. And because I mean, gosh, I'll tell you what, the one that I really, really,
Oh
really
gosh.
want is about $2,500, but I don't think it'll fit in our gallery. So, so we're gonna have to get a bigger building one day.
Yeah, that thing's crazy.
But I don't really. I mean, yeah. Shoot, if I had the money and I had the space, yeah,
Well, Ron says Jack needs a base. I have 9 of them.
Wow.
Wow. 9. That's quite a bit.
Wow, that's awesome, man.
Thank you. That's I mean, I when Jack said, because Jack was like, John was out of town, which it's always an adventure when John's out of town. And Jack was like, I want a bass guitar, and I was like, there's one hanging in Dad's studio. Like, go grab it. I mean, we have so everybody, our hobby is collecting hobbies, and so he grabs it. He's we're messing with it. I don't know anything about this stuff, so I think in fact I grabbed a speaker cable. It wasn't even like an amp jack. I don't even know what these things are. Anyway, he's like, I want to put stickers on it and this and that. And I'm like, whoa. Talk to Dad about what he cares how you deface his base that decorates the wall.
It's Jack's base now.
Yeah,
thank you so much, Ron. I appreciate that. I'm hoping that he can. He's got that one, and it would be awesome if he kept up with it and really enjoyed it. I mean, anything he enjoys and gets a kick out, like that's he did the trumpet for a while, and so this bass might be more than he needs because he might not do it for that long.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Is like, I don't know. We'll just see how.
I will say that he wasn't really listening to any videos about it. But he's starting to pluck out like the bass line of some songs, like the I can't think. Anyway, but a couple of things, and I thought, man, that's really cool. Like he was just by ear, he was doing it. So
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe this is his jam.
We got the next flea on our hands.
That'd be well. You know what?
I'll take it.
Funky Brunk. There we go.
All right, let's do some trivia. It's already like 8:40.
Let's do
it. Do you have a genre you want to do, like a subject matter?
I don't know. What do you think? What is I forget what there is.
Well, okay, let me tell you. There's general knowledge, dictionary, entertainment, history, food and drink, geography, science and nature.
Ooh, science and nature, you say? I don't know. What's floating your boat? What do you guys think?
Oh, Fred says he's moving up. Trumpet only has 3 keys. Bass has 4 strings. There we go.
Yeah, one more complex. That's why I got the bass, but for the reverse reason. I started with guitar, and I couldn't figure the guitar out. That was way before like YouTube when I first lost my eyesight, and so I got a DVD on how to play the guitar. And there was a point where it's like, okay, now do this, and they would just show it. And I thought, well, let me try a bass. That has like two less strings. And I got a DVD, and sure enough, they did the same thing. And then finally, I got a ukulele. I thought, well, it's 4 strings, but it's smaller. So I kept simplifying things. And finally, that kind of worked. I could pluck on a ukulele a little bit. So maybe one of these days I'll start expanding.
I want to get like one of those. What are they called? It's like a kick drum, but it's
the drum you sit on.
Yeah, the drum you sit on. I think it's like Fred would know. It's like a contra. I don't know. Anyway, I have no rhythm. I cannot play that. I don't think I would ever be good at this. But I saw 2 people at like a festival, an art festival, playing it once, and I was like, I want to be that girl. I want to be that hippie, free loving, living life on, who knows what's going on.
That was cool. Yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah, I remember. I remember that because it was our festival that we were showing at. So we were in our art tent and here's.
I know. I was like, dang, she's cool.
She was like, the little mongoose. What are they? What's going on?
Little prairie dog.
Fredo. Yeah.
Fred says it's a Kahan,
Oh,
if I'm
man.
pronouncing that correctly. But I was like, I mean, she's just sitting on it, like doing a
Who's got a birthday coming up?
yeah, I don't know. That would be it's one of those things where it's like a hobby for hobby's sake.
It's an instrument and it's a place to sit. So
I'll tell you what I want for my birthday. Are you ready?
Okay.
I want the collection of Star Trek wines.
I thought you already had that.
I don't.
Oh,
I
that
don't.
sounds expensive.
You asked. Okay. Oh, Cajon. Cajon is what Fred said. That's how you pronounce it.
Because it takes cojones to play with.
Yeah, it does. Okay, Brooke has joined us. Says hi, friends. Hey.
Oh, hey, Brooke. And sorry, I just sent you some weird photos.
Yeah.
I
John's crazy.
I don't computer. I don't
Okay.
computer well.
Let's do general knowledge. Are you ready?
Okay, general.
General. Be smart.
Be smart. Okay.
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 Okay. In 1997, best-selling novel by Charles Frazier and later a movie, What Mountain? Ooh.
Well, I'm thinking broke, but
No, you're thinking Brokeback, but that's no. Okay, let me. Okay, the options are blue, snowy, cradle, cold.
I'm thinking snowy.
Snowy Mountain.
Yes. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Why?
I think it's Cold Mountain, and okay, I think it's the movie because I don't know anything about the book, but I think it's the movie with what's his name? Idra is whatever. He's really hot, and Kate Winslet.
He is hot. I mean, his voice.
I know, man. I was wishing he was the next Bond, but
I mean, if it's okay for one dude to say another dude's hot, and I think it is, by voice alone, I do create him hot.
Well, and he's a DJ. Like,
is he?
Oh yeah, he DJs like parties. Like,
dang.
Yeah, I know.
He really? You know what? I think you told me that, and it blew my mind so much I forgot it. Like it blew it out of my mind.
So we got a few more colds, and then some snowies. So I don't know. What do you want to go with?
Well, I'm thinking snowy, but I'm thinking cold. You should go with your gut.
Okay, I'm gonna go with cold because I can't handle getting a bad grade on this, guys. I can't.
Then you should go with snowy.
It's cold. Okay.
Man.
Orange Man's Day in Northern Ireland I'm sorry. Orange Man's Day in Northern Ireland celebrates the victory of which battle? Which that's weird. It's weird. It feels like a weird question.
The Minute Maid War.
Orange Man's Day in Northern Ireland celebrates the victory of which battle? The Battle of the Boyne, if I'm pronouncing that right. The Battle of Dungan's Hill, the Battle of Benburg, the Battle of Scaripolis.
I was hoping one of them would have like Sunkist in it or knee high or something. But I don't know. I have no idea. Like I don't know.
Randy said he can loan me a copy of the book. I'm good. I saw the movie and
Randy has every book.
He does have every. He's a librarian.
I mean, he did own a bookstore.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't even know. Honestly, this question makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Are
these words English?
We got a couple of the Battle of Benburg. Should we go with it?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Okay. Battle of Benburg.
That's not it.
Oh.
Dungan's Hill.
There goes your grade, baby.
Scaripolis.
You know, that's the weirdest thing. Might be. It's the weirdest thing. We should go with the weirdest.
That is not it. See, it's just.
We should go with the least weird. What's the least weird?
Dungan's Hill.
All right.
Wow, that's not it.
You know what? I have a feeling it's the other one.
You think? Do you think it's
Dang.
Okay.
That was hard.
Some millipedes use what as a defense?
No, I used to play that a lot as a kid. And they would throw these little bullet bomb things at you. I don't know what they're called.
Pretty sure that's different. You got poison darts, cyanide, wooden clubs, dynamite.
Maybe I'm not too far off. Well, I would say out of that, I would say cyanide, but oh, that makes me think of arsenic and old lace.
And Fred said that last question was not general knowledge, and I agree.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a trick question.
Well put, Fred. Thank you for yes.
All right, we
Who in
got
general knows that? I mean, you agree.
what even English?
Yeah, come on.
Okay,
English.
we got quite a few A's. Poison darts.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm,
That would be awesome. Let's go with A.
One cyanide.
That sounds cool.
We're
That
gonna go
sounds
with
like
a
a cool
crowd
drawing.
favorite.
Nothing else.
That's not it.
I think it's cyanide because it's something that they could excrete.
Okay.
But
That's it. That's good job, babe.
thank you.
All right. Movie acting legend, who Bergman?
Oh, I think I know that one.
Oh. Okay. Do you want to just say it before do you want to show how awesome you are?
Ingrid.
Yeah. Well, okay. Ethel, Ingmar, Anita, Ingrid.
Well, I think. I mean, I am old, so
We've got a few Ingmars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh. Hot tickets.
Yeah, like if we were to go with the crowd, it's B.
Maybe we should go with the crowd. I mean, I want to say Ingrid because that's what I remember, but I may be remembering it wrong.
Randy says Ingmar is a directing legend room, like he's saying it to the room. He is a directing legend, not an acting legend.
Oh,
so well, I don't.
Ingrid Bergman was beautiful. It was just, I think
this might be a dumb question. How do you spell Ingrid?
What?
How do you spell Ingrid? How do you think you spell
it? Ingrid.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Bergman. Bergman.
Yeah. Okay, let's go with Ingrid.
I don't really know. I'm terrible at spelling. Spell restaurant.
It was Ingrid. Okay, good. It was Ingrid. All right.
Good. And thank goodness you asked me to spell that. You didn't ask me to spell like restaurant or something.
Oh, God. I can't spell unfortunately. Okay.
Banana.
Gosh. 1998 George Clooney film Out of What? Out of Here, Out of My Mind, Out of Cigarettes, or Out of Sight?
Wow. I don't know. George Clooney, that does sound like it's good general knowledge. Like,
yeah.
So we can't blame that this time.
I mean, the crowd says Out of Sight. I would probably go with that because
that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
Because you're out of here. I don't know. That doesn't sound right.
No, well, I can't remember what that movie was about.
But I think that's like like that. Although that's a really good movie. What's that one with the coffee and cigarettes or 200 cigarettes?
Oh, 200 cigarettes. I love that movie. Yeah. Oh, that's a classic.
Out of Sight.
Out of Sight. Good job, crowd.
Is it? Yes.
Yeah. Okay, which is the second largest country in Oceania in terms of both land mass and population? Fiji, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, or Australia?
I think this is a trick question. The ocean is wet. It's not a country.
Brooke says, "I like your haircut, John."
Oh, thank you, Brooke. Gosh, I lost like 3 pounds when I got a haircut. So much came off.
There was quite a bit of hair on the floor.
Thank you very, very much.
I don't know. The crowd's a little bit all over the place.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oceania. Ocean. What is it?
Oceania. Which is the second largest country in Oceania in terms of both land mass and population?
Oceania.
We got a couple more New Zealands than anything. I don't know. I mean, it's a little all over the place. Randy says his daughter will be studying in New Zealand this year. That's exciting.
Ooh, wow.
Gosh.
That's awesome. Gonna go study with the hobbits. That's brilliant. I'd love to do that.
With the hobbits. Okay, should we go? What I don't know.
That'd be perfect for college, though, wouldn't it? Because, like, like,
Hobbits?
yeah, because I mean, just think, like in college. I mean, you get fourth dinner.
Oh God.
You know what I mean? That'd be awesome. I mean,
Yeah, you got this little like cave-like dorm that you're staying in.
yeah, it all fits. That'd be good.
Yeah, it makes sense.
What do you want to go with? What do you think?
Gosh, let's do New Zealand. I want to go there.
Yeah,
Let's try it.
let's go visit.
That is not it.
Ah,
This is not my day for trivia. Okay, Papua New Guinea was the other fave.
you want to do it?
That's it. That was
Yay!
it. Go crowd. We should have trusted half of you. Okay. Which of these events happened first?
Uh-oh.
Jean Harlow is born. Alexander Graham Bell is born. Lou Costello dies, or Danny Kaye dies.
Wow.
What? This trivia is ridiculous tonight.
Okay. Yeah.
This is
I'm
ridiculous.
thinking it's Bell or Jean Harlow, maybe. Because Danny Kaye, like that was,
I mean, yeah. Okay.
And Lou Costello.
Hold on a
Hey.
second.
But yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
the crowd is going with B. I would probably go with that. I feel like these are.
Yeah, I think what it is B the Bell.
Yeah.
I think so too. Surely.
Let's B or C. I mean, that's when in doubt.
I think
That's
B
it. That was the answer.
because he invented the wax thing, and
Sweating it over here, man.
yeah.
Which of these celebrities was not born in Wales? Timothy Dalton, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Anthony Hopkins, Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh,
Wales.
gosh.
Wow. Okay.
Well,
All right.
I was thinking maybe Catherine Zeta-Jones, but until you said Tommy Lee Jones, because I think he was born over here.
That's what I would think.
Gosh, I want to ask Alexa so bad.
I think it is.
Can you
I
tell
think
me?
it is. Yeah. Because if you think about it, why are they throwing two Jones in the same, answer pool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're being cagey.
Sneaky. Let's go with, yeah. He's got, I don't know if it's just his acting, but he's got a pretty significant accent.
Yeah.
Very American. Okay.
If he's not, then he's the best. He's the best one.
Yeah, that's correct.
Good. He's the best actor in the world.
Okay. Which word means leave one country for another?
Oh, I mean,
do you want to tell me?
I mean, it's to immigrate, isn't it? I mean,
well, I mean, yeah, maybe.
Are you sure?
Well, I mean,
I would think like I was going to say, well, you're immigrating somewhere, but then what confused me for a second is because like if you're an American and you live somewhere else, you're called an expatriate or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was saying. But yeah, surely it's immigrate.
Well, Randy says Tommy Lee Jones is from Texas, which makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
because that's how he sounds. Okay, your options are to emigrate.
Does that mean that he's a terrible actor? Because he doesn't.
He does sound like that in every movie. Every movie.
I think.
No, he's a great actor.
Yeah,
okay.
I like him. He's
emigrate, integrate, denigrate, immigrate.
I'm a great.
All right, so does it start with an I or an E? That's the question.
Immigrate? It's I.
Okay. All right, you said it. I mean, there's two options.
Is there?
Yeah.
Really?
Really? Yes.
That just sounds weird. I don't know.
All right, here we go. Are you ready? That is not the answer. Maybe it starts with an E.
Maybe it does. Oh, what if it does?
It probably does.
I told you I was bad with spelling.
All right, let's do it. Oh, emigrate.
Because if you're an immigrant, that starts with I, doesn't it?
Yeah, but
so what? Randy, help us. we need word help. Gosh.
Oh, this is not. This might be our lowest score yet. Okay, Emma, who won the 1993 Best Actress Academy Award? Uh,
1993.
Enze, Bhutan, Watson, Thompson.
It's got to be Thompson because Watson was Harry Potter, right?
No,
Is that Emma
wait,
Watson?
maybe. Gosh, I don't know.
I think it's Emma Thompson.
An immigrant leaves a country. Maybe an immigrant
Oh,
comes into the country. That's what Randy just said.
dang! Thank you.
An immigrant. Okay. Oh, this is fascinating. All right, words. This is fun.
Words. Whoever knew that was so useful.
Emigrate.
I think these
Leave.
words things are really going to catch on.
Immigrate. Enters. Okay.
Okay.
Huh.
Interesting.
This reminds me of that NPR show You Have a Way with Words. I
Yeah.
love that show.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay.
I never watched it, but
Oh, I listen to it a lot.
I want to. It's funny when I hear it. I think, oh man, that's a great show, and then I forget.
So Brooke says yes, Watson Potter. So yeah,
Ooh,
Emma
thank
Watson,
you,
you're right there. Okay, so good call, Brooke. Okay, so Thompson, should we go with it? Because I don't
Sure.
know theirs.
Yeah,
Are we trying this? We're doing this.
it's got to be right. Come on, we got to get one.
That is right. Very good. Oh, we passed.
Oh, what do we get?
We got a 78.
You know,
I mean, it's
Hey.
passing. It's
It,
oh gosh, people.
that was
People.
hard. That was hard.
What, general knowledge should not be that difficult. Where were my reality TV show questions? It's ridiculous.
How big is so and so's butt? Whose butt's bigger?
How many nose jobs? So
Ooh, yeah, that'd be a good question.
anyway,
But that was fun though. I enjoyed it. That's that's the most fun I ever had getting a 78 on something.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Well, I mean, I'm just talking about my enjoyment.
Randy says I'm an Oscars nerd. I never miss it.
Oh, cool.
Anyway, okay, so there we have it. Trivia. Bam. Done, people.
Well, guys, thank y'all so much. And I promise you, one of these days we're going to do a tour through the gallery. I really want to show it to you guys.
Ooh,
It is more torn up now than it was when
Yeah.
we got the place.
we did find some really fun frames.
Ooh,
I'm
yeah,
excited about
yeah.
this.
Yeah. I'm plumbing. I'm a plumber now. I'm plumbing.
I'm a plumber.
And so we're making multiple. We wanted to move some things around, but I want to show you guys that and stuff. Anyway, but one of these things we really will. But it's so chaotic that it's hard. It would just be it'd be chaos. But I really want to share that. So we are making strides. Things are happening.
Well, Brooke says, dude, love the hair. Loving it. Jen Fred says general knowledge should not require so much Google.
I
This
know.
is accurate.
So much stress. Oh my gosh.
I know. Randy says we usually have an Oscars party with ballots and a prize. Dude,
Are you kidding
fun.
me?
I
Holy
wanna
crap, man.
hang.
So Randy, you talked about me doing some trivia at the Yellow Dog. Maybe
Ooh, an Oscar party.
Yeah, maybe you can be the host of an Oscar.
That would be fun.
Oscar party. Yes, what Jackie said.
But anyway, yeah. So we will do a tour of the gallery. I'm stoked because we found some like crazy cool
Well,
ornate frames, and my mom like gave us a ton of
Yeah.
really stellar ornate.
yeah,
frames.
Maryland. Oh my gosh.
Because
It's
normally
just-
I'm not a big fan of like the ornate frames, like those big gaudy things that you see at galleries and stuff. But this is part of like the look of this space we're making. So
yeah, it's fun. It's going to be like we're using it to be a fun kind of over the top sort of art display
yeah,
that we're doing. And in Maryland, they gave us so many amazing frames.
I mean,
It's
like-
so cool.
yeah, jackpot right there. I'm telling you. Anyway, so Randy says it's so much fun. That's a great idea to have it at the Yellow Dog. I have a scoring group and everything.
Wow.
And for instance, we should get a jukebox, an old one with records. Oh,
Yeah,
that
I was
actually was
looking
talked
into
about.
that.
Yeah.
And then all the ones I were finding are like, works pretty good if you repair it. So,
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, I do know how to play on Spotify. but the records would be super cool. I even thought about putting a record player in and just having records, letting people play it themselves. But the hard part there is like, the sound going through the system. It would have to be able to pause, and then and then if they're not playing it, then there's no. I don't know. So I don't know.
Yeah, you get like people's behaviors. Like, are they actually going to put a record on if they're not? I mean, it's all weird. But I dig it.
Yeah, so it'd be cool if it could do that. But I don't know if that would be a thing. So.
Yeah. Anyway, so we will sort this out. We'll give you guys a grand tour. It'll be fun, and regardless, we will be back next Tuesday.
Yeah, thank you guys so much, and still don't know how to end the show, so I'll be back in 15 seconds. But if you guys aren't here, take care. We love you guys, and this is a list of the Patreon people that we love, and we're coming up with really cool stuff for Patreon that is going to be so like we didn't know what we were doing with Patreon, and now that we're open in the gallery, it's like holy crap, this is special like menu, like special all kinds of weird things, but
yeah.
Just because I don't know, it just sounds cool. We're like, oh man, that sounds like fun. Anyway, see you in 15 seconds. Jackie.
Jackie
said I want to say a few words.
Jackie. Well, I want to say Randy said, "Oh, I have a bass player joke for Jack. Oh. Indulge us, please." And Fred says, "Great people, great to see you and be here." Thanks all. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Everybody have a good night. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Randy, you might have to text me that joke. And everybody have a good night. We'll see you next Tuesday.
I'm waiting for that joke.
Are you? I'm all like, and free. And free.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just waiting.
All right. Well, hey, I found that weird thing at the bottom of my drink.
Oh, gross. What?
Well, it's just a black dot. I don't know.
Yeah, but a black dot. What does that even mean?
I mean, it's probably a piece of pepper. I don't know.
Oh, pepper. Okay.
I mean, that's what I'm hoping for. Or
how circular is the? Because pepper is circular.
I mean, it's relatively circular. I don't know. When I poured my glass of wine, right as I went to pour the wine, I noticed something black in my drink, and then my wine is dark red, so I was like, it was lost forever.
Wow.
Anyway, that's the backstory, people.
Okay.
Randy says, "I'll call you in a minute. Put me on speaker with Jack."
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you so much, guys. See you next Tuesday.
Hear the joke next week.
Yes.
If it's funny.
Yeah. There you go.